Hello guys, welcome back to the Empty Podcast. We are joined by moi, Faith, and my lovely hosts.
Hi.
I'm Rebecca.
Awkward!
God.
I can't believe we just did that back when we're usually
That was so cute.
age.
I know. I'm usually the first one though. All right, you can go first, handsome. No.
Yeah,
okay.
we got your part. Becca can wind this all up. No problem.
Oh, okay. I'm editing it. All right. Yeah, Rebecca can do the hard stuff.
Becca can wind it right up. No worries.
All right. Well, you go.
Okay. Hi, it's me. You already know who I am.
Hi, it's Rebecca. I just found a piece of ice cream cone on my sweater and ate it, so I'm doing really well today. Thank you for asking.
Classy as fuck.
I'm really... Ooh. I just opened a candle and it smells like apples. I really am classy today. Thank you, Faith.
I love it. We
I hope everyone's doing well.
We
We're all
stand
standing.
a queen.
I'm coming to you guys from the same podcasting room, but it's updated. So let me know how my sound is.
It's sounding pretty good right now.
It's fine.
It sounded pretty
Glad.
good.
I think everyone just likes the
you,
sound of my voice.
Well, you don't have to call me out like that.
I thought that was like common knowledge.
Oh, I hear
Why
it's
do you think I
pretty
was hanging
soothing.
around you?
All right. So.
All right, so we're going to be talking about a variety of different topics today. Becca, would you like to start us off?
Yeah. So, for anyone wondering what's coming up in the podcast, we have so much amazing stuff to talk about today. We're talking about K-pop. We're talking about streamers. We're talking about, of course, James Chares. We have a beautiful Reba review coming back. I know everyone has missed it. I know I've missed it. But first, it's dog time. I'm sorry, listeners. I know no one cares about this as much as I do, but this is very exciting for me. So,
those are fighting words.
Those are fighting words. And if everyone loves animals and dogs, honestly, we can have just a podcast episode to us obsessing over animals and dogs.
Please.
And, dog-related topics. Fun things. Like, what kind of dog Faith would be?
I would not shut up.
Oh, she'd be a fucking, Jack Russell Terrier. Like, one of those shit disturbers that,
Hey, whoa,
all right, but I love that
for
one.
An episode, though. You
I know.
spoil
Okay.
it.
She wouldn't be a Jack Russell Terrier, though. Like, she's something
That
different.
was just, you're just, spitballing ideas right now.
Yeah. I'm just, being so
Not official.
loosey-goosey and cash. So not official.
I'm
On
sorry,
all
wait,
levels
really
except
quickly,
physical, I'm a
Yeah.
wolf.
Have you guys seen that silly goose TikTok?
Oh, no. Okay, my friend, my roommate George recreated it, and now he'll just be laying on the couch next to me, and he'll be like, "Oh, you're a silly goose. Oh, silly goose." And I'm like, "George, stop." He's like, "I'm just calling you a silly goose. Why are you so silly?" And I want to vomit. It makes me physically ill.
You silly goose. Ooh.
I hated that.
Yeah, wow, that really assaulted my ears.
Do you have any words on the silly goose TikTok, Will?
Oh, no, I just, you said something about gooses, and so I remembered, the silly goose TikTok. I need to ask because I saw the original silly goose, the little, she buys the sexy little outfit and whatever.
Was it sexy? I just thought it was a normal outfit.
Or was she nude?
No, I feel like she'd dressed up. Maybe it's
yeah.
wearing COVID and I'm wearing jeans kind of sexy. Like, I feel like sexy's gone to a new low where you're like, I put on regular clothes today. I got out of my matching sweatsuit and I put on jeans. Like, that's my, someone
the matching sweatsuit
me.
on its own is sexy enough. You don't need to change out of that. You were going to be getting all the puss that way anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I have this beautiful velvet sweatsuit that I love to wear, and I feel pretty bougie in it. All right, no. I'm getting back on it. So dogs.
Dog talk.
So I have a dog, and her name's Ruby. And I mean, most of the people listening at this point know me, but for those who don't, if we have any fun listeners who don't know me personally, I have this lovely dog named Ruby, and she is in Newfoundland. She is 6 years old, and she's a rescue. So she was rescued from this farm in which she was 3 when we rescued her, and she lived outside in this run. And when I say run, it's 2 feet by 6 feet. It's very small and narrow, not a lot of room. She'd never been inside her house. She'd never been groomed before. So she had like 40 pounds of mats on her body. So we saved her and I believe 7 or 8 other Newfoundlands, purebred Newfoundlands from this farm, and then a Tibetan Mastiff. And so the other Newfoundlands on this farm were, you know, her uncles and her mom and her dad and that kind of stuff. But it was always just like Ruby. She was the only one her age. The rest of them were like 5 and 6, and she was 3. So I work at a pet store, and well, I'm going to throw this out to Will and Faith. I sent 2 different photos in the group chat today. Do you guys have any comments? I'll put them up on screen for those who are watching on YouTube. It's just a photo of dogs. A photo of my dog. What are your thoughts on these photos, these 2 photos?
I just know that I would take a bullet for your dog any day, all day, every day. I especially love the second one with all the bows in her hair. It hurts my soul so much. It's like...
Will, do you have any thoughts?
I was really just gonna say I'm kind of in line with Faith here. I mean,
wow,
she looks really
original.
Pretty.
Now what would you guys do if I told you that the first photo,
the
one on the left, the first photo that I showed, that's not Ruby.
Okay, I kind of figured a little bit. The face looked wrong.
Yeah. It looked a little too
Ruby
narrow,
does look like that sometimes, but I mean, the second photo is not fair. That's her all done up after grooming.
She looks so fluffy.
She is very fluffy. So that dog in the first photo her name's Emma. She came into the salon this morning, and, you know, I'm a Newfie lover, so the girl Caitlin, who was grooming her, was like, oh my God, Rebecca, like, you're gonna love this dog, you're gonna have to come see her. So I did, and I was like, oh my God, this dog is so cute. And I meet a lot of Newfies, but I was like, this Newfie looks a lot like my Newfie, like a lot. I was like, that's really strange how much they look alike. Like, I almost mistook them. I was like, are you sure this isn't my dog? Like, at one point I was like, I know it's not Ruby, but she looks so much like Ruby. And I was like, well, how old is she? She's so small. And they're like, oh, you know, she's 6, turning 7 this year. And I go, oh, that's weird. Ruby's 6, turning 7 this year. And, you know, from where we're from, I'm like, there can't be a lot of Newfie breeders around here. This is kind of strange.
Yeah.
And so I go to her file, because I'm a manager, and I can look up the dog's ages and all that kind of stuff, and I look at her birth date. And I'm like, oh, she was born, April 3rd, 2014. I'm like, okay, when was Ruby born? So, you know, I text and call my mom. I'm like, when was Ruby born? All right, well, Ruby was born April 14th, 2014 or something like that. And I'm like,
ooh.
Oh, that's close, but maybe I guess they're from 2 different breeders, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what? This dog looks way too much like my dog. Way too much. I am sure no one is interested in this, but I don't know.
I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued. I don't know.
Yeah,
okay, you're going through this little bit of a mystery with me at work. I'm like unloading a truck. I'm working like 9 pallets. And I'm like thinking about this dog the whole time. And I'm like, you know what? When I'm done my shift at like 6, I'm like, are you almost done? Like, is the pet parent going to show up soon? They're like, yeah, about 20 minutes. So I stayed late. And the pet parent comes for his Newfoundland, his beautiful Newfie.
He's cutie.
I go, I know this is a really strange question, but where did you get your dog? Where did you get your Newfie? Because she looks exactly like my dog, and she's the same age, and she's born in the same month. And he was like, he said where, he was like, oh, I think it's this place, but I'm trying to think of it. And I said the town that Ruby's from. I'm like, oh, is it this? And he's like, yeah. I lived on a farm there, and my neighbor was a breeder. He owned the farm next to mine.
Oh.
And I'm like,
oh my God.
You got your Newfie, who's the same age as my Newfie, in the same place as my Newfie, on a farm. And he's like, yeah. So apparently, Ruby has a sister, of which we've had Ruby for almost 4 years now. I never knew she had a sister. I knew she probably had a sister somewhere, but most of them went out of the country. We thought she was the only one left of her litter in Ontario. And so like I'm like, oh my God, I've been spending the whole day with this sibling of my dog.
Oh my
that
God.
I didn't even know existed. And like she has the exact same temperament. She's so sweet. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's insane. So, you know, we started talking about the situation. He's like, yeah, like I was like, well, when did you get her? He's like, you know, I got her a couple months and I knew the family wasn't doing well and all that kind of stuff. And so apparently, initially, he went to his neighbors. He was like, okay, I want to buy one of the dogs because he felt bad for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, we will give you. They were very proud people. They were, you know, these were show Newfoundlands. They weren't just like pets. They were legit breeders. They used to show their dogs. And circumstances led to them being neglected. But regardless, they were proud. They wanted to keep their dogs. You know, it's a hard thing to give up all of your animals. And so he was like, I want a dog. I don't care which one. I want a dog. And they were like, all right, you can have Emerald. Because because Ruby's mom's name is Diamond. And all of the dogs within her litter were named after gemstones. We're like, oh my God. Ruby, Emerald, and then I guess the other ones were named after gemstones. And so I'm like, oh my God, this is so crazy. And so he apparently, this is insane to me. They gave him the dog and he took him to the vet and everything. And they scanned him. They go, oh no, this isn't Emerald, this is Ruby. And he's like, okay, well, I don't really care which dog I get. And so he had Ruby for 2 days before the owner realized that they gave him the wrong dog. And they're like, we want Ruby back. She's the runt. You come bring her back and we'll give you Emerald. So this man that I just met, like, and I'm like, I just thought the dog looked familiar. He literally had my dog for 2 days. Like, what? Like 5 years ago before I even knew she existed. And so he's like, yeah, so we switched them out. I took Emerald, and apparently Emerald and Ruby lived in this run together, this 2x6 foot run or whatever. That's tiny for a Newfoundland. You have to realize Newfies are generally like, and the females are generally 140 pounds. I mean,
they're like the size of like a general like queen size mattress. They will take up any space.
Yeah, pretty big.
They're big dogs. I mean, these two dogs, Emerald and Ruby, are quite small because they were malnourished, but they lived together in this tiny pen, Emerald and Ruby, for 3 years. Ruby did not. We thought Ruby had never lived with another animal in her life when we got her. We thought she was alone in that pen for the 3 years. Turns out she lived with this other dog, Emerald, in that pen until like 2 months before we rescued her. So 2 months before we rescued her, he bought Emerald and Ruby was left. And, you know, he got settled with Emerald. And then he was like, you know what? We have this vacation planned for three weeks. When I get back, I'm going to go over and we're just going to take all the dogs because I can't. Well, within that month that he went on vacation, before he was going to go in and take all the dogs and take care of them, our rescue organization went in and took all the dogs.
Oh my God.
I mean, for 4 years or whatever, we have thought Ruby doesn't have any siblings anywhere. And now we're like, oh my God, this Ruby spent most of her life at this, well, all of her life at this farm with her sister. And so it was like the most amazing thing. And I was like, oh my God, I've been snuggling and cuddling all up on this dog today. And it actually is my doggie's sister. So
she is your niece.
I know. So, I mean, I'm 22. I was like, I can't. No, we were showing each other photos, and he took photos of my photos to show to his wife. He's like this 50-year-old man. I'm like, how do I get him to fucking like get our dogs to meet? I'm like, how do I give this man my number? So I'm like, oh yeah, we should have a play date, or like they both just got groomed. So I'm like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have to get them in the grooming salon together. Like we're gonna have to have a reunion. So
imagine if you confuse the dogs when you go to like leave though.
Well,
you take Emerald and he takes Ruby again.
I think Emerald's blind in one eye because I was looking at her eye and it's a little foggy. So, and Have you ever seen Ruby? She is unforgettable. She's beautiful. I'm sorry, Emerald's beautiful, but Ruby's a #1 queen.
I'm
Ruby
sorry,
is
like,
so
but
cute.
like.
Well, Emerald has the same amount. They're literally twins. It's insane. But yeah, so I'm like to this 50-year-old man. I'm like, I'm Rebecca. I work here all the time. I'm here all the time. I'm a manager. If you ever call or come in the store, you can just ask for me, aka please call the store and we'll set up a doggy play date. I don't know how to give you my number, Mr. 50-year-old man, without being awkward. So that was why I was almost late for the podcast.
That's incredible.
I dropped my phone. I know, isn't that like the most insane day? And like we were talking, he knew all about the family and everything I knew, and he knew all the dogs' name, and he was asking me about, like, oh, did you ever meet Dexter, which was Ruby's uncle, or what? All Sherman and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, yes.
The whole family tree. Oh my god,
I know,
it's amazing.
whole family tree of Newfies. So that was
it's
my
wild that
little
you got your
tidbit of
dog's
excitement.
origin story.
I know. Probably nobody cares about this, but like, I was like super sleuthing today. I was like, this dog's 6. My dog's 6. Oh, I gotta go look at this dog's birthday, and I'm like trying to do work in between. My manager's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "This is important."
Making a Pixar movie is what you're doing.
Yeah. Literally, my friend was like, this is like a TLC show, but for your dogs. I was like, it is. I'm just so excited.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
I know. So my doggy has a sister. And that's my
Oh my
Hallmark
God.
movie, is Ruby's going to get reunited with her sister eventually. I cannot wait. I don't want to like be creepy and look up this man's file, because that's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
And I would never. But also, he suggested that we have our dogs meet. So
I mean,
Aww.
don't
think
worry,
you
company
should.
that I work for. I'm going to be completely ethical and not do that.
they're listening
Company I work
right
for.
now.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know my company's definitely listening to this.
They're listening to every single word that you say.
Ooh, you know what? I'll just add a little bit of a tidbit on there,
Okay.
of which you guys know about. It's not about dogs, but it's about animals. Anyone listening to this can only refer to me as a fish Nazi, because that's what a customer called me the other day, because
A
they wanted to
fish
put,
Nazi.
they wanted to put 2 goldfish, which get about 10 to 12 inches and are like $20 each, in a 2.5 gallon tank. And I said, no, sir, I'm not going to sell you those fish because they get way too big for that tank size. And then he was like, what are you, a fish Nazi? And I was like, sure, you can call me that, sir. I'm not going to sell you the fish. It was great. So there's my little,
don't like-
haha, we love working in customer service tidbit.
People are actually fucking crazy sometimes, though. Like, the things I hear people at my work say, it's just like...
Oh, and a queen works in a doctor's office. I can only imagine. Especially during COVID.
Oh, the people are like, don't hit me with the thermometer.
What?
It's
Do they think it's a
conditioning.
gun?
People think they're being conditioned to having guns held to their head, like being used to having that action done.
Are you
so that
kidding me?
later, when COVID's all over,
Oh my
real
God.
guns can be held to our head.
Yeah,
and we'll just
that's
be
what
like,
we're gonna
"Meh,
do here in
whatever."
Canada. We're gonna
Or-
hold guns
I mean,
to your head.
that's what Canada
Mhm.
did to the indigenous peoples of Canada, so.
I mean, that's true.
Kind of true.
Too bad you have
there.
white privilege.
Yeah.
White people, because you know it's white people complaining. You
It
know
is.
it's old white people.
Old ladies are the
Yes, I was gonna say old ladies. We don't want to bring
We-
Karen into this, but we are bringing Karen into this.
I'm
No, it's not
sorry.
Karen, it's Cheryl.
Oh,
It really is. Yeah, it's a whole different
It's
level.
Karen's mother.
It's really like the people get mad at me for no reason, and I directly asked someone when they were getting mad at me. I said, "Why are you getting mad at me though? Like, what is getting mad at me doing?" And her answer was that who else was she gonna get mad at? Like,
At least she's honest.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
at least
mean-
she's straight up about that.
yeah, we appreciate the honesty. I like not beating around the bush, but she was like she was quick with the answer. She wasn't like taken aback by someone actually challenging her or anything.
She was ready
That's
for it. She
hilarious.
was like,
She
This
came in
large
looking
gay
for a
man.
fight.
She was
you
there to
know.
square up.
Large.
You're very tall.
Yes.
All of my
For those who don't
coworkers are
know-
like, yeah, tell them, Faith. What don't they know?
Will is a towering hunk of a queen.
Hunk, just
Will-
a hunk of queen.
A hunk of queen. Like a whole, like, hunk, you know?
Will is the
Will
whole
will
kingdom.
look down on you and you will cower under his holy
Will
gaze.
is just one of those people who's better than everyone.
It's true.
Especially when I'm walking by them and I accidentally bump into them.
Sorry,
Oh.
bitch.
Oops, sorry, bitch.
Yeah, Will actually is so polite that when he bumps into people, he'll just go, "Sorry, bitch." Just so seriously.
At least he apologizes.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
love
like
that.
Yes.
It's her fault. She was in the way. But like, I'm sorry I bumped into you.
All right. Well, we will move on from my lovely dog stories. If
Yeah,
you
we're
guys have
getting
any
off
funny
track.
dog stories or anything, feel free to tweet us dog photos. We didn't get
Or
any feed
videos.
pics, which I'm not complaining about, but tweet us dog photos at The Empty Podcast on Twitter. You know what? I'll post some photos of my dogs on my Instagram.
I
At
can get
two
pictures of my mom's dogs that I used to live with.
Oh, we are
Your
doing,
dog's
we're
moms are
doing
precious.
animal photos at Beep Boop Backs, at The Empty Podcast, all the good stuff. So follow us there.
Fucking right.
Are we ready? Are you guys
We're
ready?
ready.
Are you
I'm
ready?
ready.
I
Ready,
am
sister.
pumped. I am
just
bent
so
over,
everyone
hands and
knows,
knees.
This is like kind of it has to do with religion. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not that religious. It wasn't ever a big thing in my house, and I don't follow any major religions, so I just want to, I don't know, throw that out there, I guess.
That's alright.
Yeah, I'll straight up say, hey, I'm not really religious, but if you are, good for you. That's
I'll say that Catholic school may be atheist.
Oh.
Does that count?
Oh, controversial.
Yeah.
Hashtag canceled.
You're just trying to get canceled every other episode, aren't you, Faith?
This is my absolute goal, is to get canceled before I even start.
Before we even
Canceled
blow up.
before we're even popular. Poplar.
Poplar.
I'm going insane. Popular. Yeah, I think that's a good way to go.
All right. So, yeah, my topic's to do with a little bit about religion today. So I want to talk about this streamer called, I guess his screen name is Dr. Witnesser. And his thing is going into random Fortnite games. And he will talk about
Number one
the
victory
Bible.
royale. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down.
Okay, stop. It's stuck in my head and I can't get it out.
You
Sorry, I
silly
had to.
goose.
You said Fortnite, and I'm like, just took out Tomato Town.
Please. I
Okay,
suffer
sorry.
enough anytime I go on TikTok.
He's talking about Christianity,
Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
the Word of God.
Yeah, basically this guy's slogan is bringing the gospel to gamers.
Oh, that's a good slogan, though. Like, I know he's, like, not the greatest person, but,
And we'll say why soon.
yeah, we gotta give him props. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he really did cook up a good
He did
one
not
there.
deserve that slogan.
Yeah, he didn't. So yeah, he'll stream on Twitch, or he would stream on Twitch, and he would just talk about the Christianity religion. If you've ever kind of dipped into that one before, you'll know what I'm talking about. If you've ever dipped your toes in Christianity, you know what I'm talking about.
If you have never put your toe in Jesus' asshole, you cannot call yourself a real Christian.
Yeah. If you haven't done
face.
that, can you actually just stop listening to the podcast right now? That would be great.
I would
But-
not blame you. I'm so sorry, but not really.
So one time when he was streaming, he was playing with this group of kids, and everyone's like, we're playing a game. We're not taking this seriously. But this guy's like intensely like, I told you guys a little bit about it, but he's an an evangelical Christian. And so he's like hardcore into the older beliefs. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know a lot about religion, so I could be saying some wrong things, and I'm totally fine being corrected. But he was in a stream, and he was talking to this Muslim kid, and basically this Muslim kid, oh my god, I got the link all prepared for you guys so you could see what he actually says to this person. Where the fuck is it? So, basically, you guys can watch the video first if you want. It's like a minute long.
Is that his fucking face? He looks like he lives in his mom's basement.
Oof.
We don't judge by looks.
Yes, we do.
But I agree, sis.
I will judge anyone who's obscenely...
I mean, no one can deny that there's a classic imagery of white religious men. Specifically those in the South.
I've only gone 15 seconds and I already hate him.
There's nothing that isn't to say that everyone looks like that or everyone like that is a bad person, but this guy's already annoying me within the first 5 seconds.
Oh,
he fits a pretty good stereotype, yeah.
He does fit a pretty good stereotype. And any white person getting angry about that, check yourself. Because you goddamn know you've been into stereotypes for every minority out there, okay? Calm down.
Our entire white culture is taking humor out of all the other cultures and just eradicating their culture because we can make a joke out of it. That's not... You can't ignore that.
All right, Queen Sis, what happens next?
Oh my god, yeah, okay, I guess I'll tell you now. So, I know. So,
Segue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I guess I'll spill a little bit. In that video I sent, and we can link it in the description, he basically goes on to tell this child that, I got 2 quotes. So he goes on to tell this child, if you were to die in your sins today, you would be sentenced to hell. And that the only way to heaven is by turning from your sins, this Muslim child's religion, in this case, and trusting in his son who died for your sins.
I can't. I'm...
Oh, we're not done. Oh, honey, we are not done yet.
This poor kid.
I know.
This poor kid. He's just playing Fortnite. He's literally playing fork knife. Like, give him a break. What is this kid, fucking 10?
Yeah,
You're going, if you die, you're going to hell. Oh, calm down. He just wants to kill people with his boys.
Yeah.
And so, basically, after this, he actually got banned from Twitch for it. So,
yes,
Twitch was like, we don't stand that. Go.
Sis.
Be gone. And so, the good doctor... started denying it, and then but hold on, I
love when people do that when it's on the internet.
Oh my god, he went and made a TikTok of it about it where he was like, oh yeah, I remember telling this child that I was going to hell. Fuck, I fucked it up again. I remember telling this child that he's going to hell, and then he made a YouTube video kind of explaining why he got banned. And he says, this is a quote from what he said in this video. Twitch shows intolerance to Christianity. No surprise, since they are run by the LGBT+.
Oh, they're coming for us. Oh, he's coming for us. Is he?
Yeah.
All right there, Queen.
He's
you know what this motherfucker's wiki feet rating would be? I can tell by his glasses. -10.
Ooh.
I bet he has foot cheese. I'm sorry. You can't come from my community.
10 minutes ago, you were like, let's not judge people based on their looks, and now you're judging his feet.
Judging
you haven't even seen
directly on his looks.
I'm sorry. No, his attitude.
Oh, wait,
the LGBTQ plus community accepts all types of feet unless you're a piece of shit.
The T in LGBT is Twitch.
So, What's confirmed now. So in this video where he talked about why it was a TikTok. In this TikTok, he also explains that he is moving to streaming on DLive. Now, I don't know if you guys heard of DLive before. Have you?
Should we start streaming on DLive?
No, we should not, and I'll tell you why. So,
okay. Wait, is it Discord?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I know Discord was trying to do a streaming thing.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't they?
They have a stream room.
Oh. Well, regardless, we're being dumb.
So.
Continue on.
About the bad things about DLive here. So basically, they're not really a great company. During the protests,
run by white Christians,
the George Floyd protests, Twitter, they changed their Twitter to say all lives matter. In August 2020, some of their most popular content was anti-vaccine content and COVID misinformation. And there were 9 DLive streams involving the Capitol Hill storming.
Oh my god. I hate white people.
Oh man.
As a white person, I hate us.
I think about that all the time. I'm like, what?
How much you hate white people? Oh my god.
I'm like, I don't want to be like.
At least you're partially not white, man. I'm like as white as fucking bread. If you look at me, I'm like, oh my god, this Scandinavian British whore.
Oh my lord.
You know what? I'm German, bitch.
I'm German too. I have that history. You know what, Faith? We can't even talk about our background because everybody knows what the background of white people is. Take all the white countries and put it in a pot, and then we go, oh my god, I'm from Germany. Wait, I'm also from England. Wait, I'm also from this place where white people are.
But it's literally just the same shade of white, just different, like, hex codes.
Different hues. Yeah. It's like those TikToks. Oh my gosh, follow me on TikTok. It's just me because these hoes don't want to be on TikTok. We understand. I love them. They don't want to show their faces. Make fun of me. Go for it. At the Empty Podcast on TikTok. Fucking being white is like these stupid fucking videos of these colors you've never heard before. And then it shows just a shade of blue. And you're like, that's blue, bro. And she's like, Equinox blue. That's just blue, baby. That's blue, babe. I cannot. All right. I cannot. It's just goddamn blue.
You know what? If we started referring to colors as like their hex codes, like F90ABC or whatever,
yeah, can we start doing that?
Futuristic.
I'm not white. I'm numbers.
I'm not white. I'm not. Oh, wow.
Can everyone place their skin hex codes in the comments, please?
Yeah. Oh, my God. I don't like anyone under the 6,000. Like, fuck it. You know people would do that. Oh, my God. You're 6,425. I'm sorry. You're a little bit on the red side for me.
Oh, my God. 23 and me is quaking right now.
For me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Dr. Witnesser.
I have
a little thing I wanted to say really quickly.
Say your thing. Come on, because I've got one more thing that'll piss you guys off.
Okay. I just think it's kind of weird. Like, even what's his face who ran the disco midnight fucking New Year's shit. What's his name?
Oh, Dick Clark? No.
What?
The
Fortnite guy. With the colorful hair.
Oh, Ninja.
I even think like Ninja playing with kids is weird. Like, don't you? I just think like, you know, like 30-year-old men like being able to talk to like little kids online, even if they're gaming. Like, guy, you're fucking creepy. Dude.
Yeah, it's creepy, and the fact that he's targeting these children and it's like using fear mongering, like you're going to die.
My issue is like, he's not like, hey, do you want to learn about this? It's, hey, you're gonna fucking die
no,
if you don't learn about this,
did.
and if you don't agree with me.
He did say that he, how he does it is he will hop into a party, he'll go in the chat, ask if anyone wants to talk about the Bible, and if not, he'll leave. But there is also multiple videos of him asking, people saying no, and then him staying there and bugging people over and over and over again, like, oh, so we're just not going to talk about the Bible this whole game?
You know,
Oh
he
my
waits for the
God.
people who are like, no, fuck the Bible, and he's like, I'm gonna tell this fucker they're going to hell. I'm gonna
He's
tell
gonna
them
ruin
that
this
gay
man's
people
career.
are about to die.
He's
like, he sees like someone who looks a little bit, you know, a little bit
white.
queer, maybe
that's
someone who isn't part of the gender binary, and he's like, oh, this fucker's going down. You don't want to talk about the Bible? I'll tell you what's gonna happen to you. Like, I feel like he's
ready. He's like getting
he's
off
Bible
on it.
predatory.
Straight up. Do you know what it sounds like? Do you know what it sounds like?
James Chares? Is that a fart? Did you just make a fart noise?
It was a fart machine. I've got this now specifically for these topics because they're a load of bullshit.
Wow.
I love the youthful vibes you just brought.
Thanks.
Wait, you're so cute. Oh my god. The way to make me smile when I'm talking about Dr. fucking
Oh, come on.
bitchnesser. Instead of witnesser, it's bitchnesser. I'm so fucking done with this, man. Okay, make me more mad, Will. Make me more mad.
This is another thing he said. I'm going to be paraphrasing this because when I wrote down the notes, my handwriting's really bad. Don't hate me.
Sister Queen, we would never.
I'm ready to hate you.
So he basically went on to say that, you know, having sex with animals is illegal, right? And, you know, that's in the Bible, that you shouldn't, you know, sleep with animals. But society is fine with gays being together, but that's in the Bible. And it's just the comparison of bestiality
of gay people
and like a loving relationship between two men.
Or just like the relation between someone queer or gay to a wild animal.
Yeah, it's just I
was done canceling people. I was like, you know what? We cancel people every single week. I'm done. We're not going to cancel people this week. We're going to be so positive. Fuck that. That's out the window. Fuck you, Dr. Witnesser. You're dead to me. You know what? I hope a man kisses him. You know what? He's probably closeted. We gotta feel bad for him because someone that hates gays that much hates themselves even more.
Yeah, it's gotta be sad.
You know, he's obviously not happy with his life, and the only way he can find enjoyment is through taking down other people and telling literally 10-year-old children they're gonna die if they don't believe in God. So we're gonna pity him a little bit. We're gonna be good people.
I personally can't pity people like that because of something that happened to my brother. I'm not going to name him.
Okay, we're not pitying him. Fuck you, Dr. Witnesser. I'm back. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Like, when I was in Catholic school up until, like, age 11, 11.
I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, it was, just kidding. My siblings are all older than me. My oldest sibling is like 11 years older than I am, and my youngest sibling is like 5 years older than I am, roughly. And during his first communion, my older brother, when he was little, went up to, you know, the altar to receive his wafer, or the body of Christ, I guess. And I don't think this is very common among a lot of priests, I guess, or pastors.
Oh, no.
By the way, this is at mass in school, so this is like a public event.
Oh no.
And
I don't like where
the
this is
pastor proceeds. Exactly. The pastor, you know, gives my brother the wafer, but from what I've heard, what you're supposed to do is like kind of cup your hands, and they'll like put it in your hands, and then you take it with your right hand, you put it in your mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, the priest decided to take the wafer himself and put it into my brother's mouth. My brother was like roughly, I want to say like maybe 9 or 10, maybe. He was very young. Yeah, it was pretty creepy.
Yeah.
So he So while he's like hand feeding my brother the wafer, the body of Christ, he manages to stick his fingers so far into my brother's mouth that he makes him throw up all over the priest.
Oh my god. He deserved it if he was doing that.
I mean, yeah. God was like, that gag reflex done now, okay? You vomit on this bitch.
The thing
is, God's looking down at me and like,
yeah.
Projectile.
Became a target for his own sins.
Oh, God.
But like the thing is, in Catholic school, if you throw up, if your body rejects the body of Christ, the wafer,
oh no,
you become like known as like a spawn of Satan. Like you become like condemned. You become like this icon of pure fear.
Oh my God, we love that you said icon. You know what? Okay. We're not forgiving Dr. Witnesser. I think we'll end this segment with saying you can believe in whatever you want to.
Just don't be an
asshole. And you can be an icon doing it as long as you're not a fucking asshole. So we can be, if you don't like Dr. Witnesser and you're like, I don't know what I am. Faith, what are they? They're an iconic spawn of Satan.
Exactly. Welcome to hell, bitches.
Welcome to hell, sexy bitches.
I really just want to say that I got the inspiration to do this topic from a Curtis Connor video on YouTube. I just want to give credit because
where credit is due. Yeah. Shout out to Curtis. Yeah. Curtis. I love Curtis Connor though. He's amazing.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one that
hilarious.
Here.
Oh my God, he's so and he's Canadian.
I know.
We can dibs him.
I really think about Canadian. That. I'm like, what if I just at him and I'm like, hey, we record a podcast
hey, we're Canadian.
Too, and we live in the same province. How would you feel about like getting on a call? Just chatting.
He would think that we are so unfunny humans.
Oh my God.
He'd be like, you guys suck.
I don't think
you guys are totally lame. Do you like my Curtis Connor impression? Did that sound kind of iconic though? In my ears, it sounded pretty Curtis Connor-y.
It was.
You know what, guys? I like this guy is insane.
Yeah, I feel like you're pretty hitting it. You're hitting it pretty spot on. I feel like he would think we're fucking joking. Like I would ask him, and he would be like, well, you know, they're local.
Well, you have like 2 listeners, and they're both your friends.
But then he would like get on the show. We would like get on the call and start talking and shit like that, and he'd be like, "What the fuck did I come for?"
He'd be like, "You guys are so fucking gay and weird. We love it." All right. I guess we have to move on eventually. This is going to be another long episode, and you guys better buckle in.
This is going to be
pop my mic all night. Buckle in for a fun ride. Next up, K-pop Town.
Hell yeah, that's where
it's so funny. Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. So, welcome to the K-pop segment. We've never done this before, have we? We've never talked about K-pop?
Oh, we have a little bit.
This is Faith's taking over music, apparently.
Ooh. So, if there is any like K-pop fans listening to this is probably not news to you, but it's definitely something crazy that's been going on for the last like week and a bit, maybe 2 weeks. Time's a concept to me. I have no idea. But there has been
COVID time. 2 weeks COVID time.
This has been the longest first week of quarantine in our entire lives, man. Like it's a wild time. So in K-pop, there's been like a string of bullying allegations against a lot of celebrities, or I guess in this case, like idols. That's what they're called in K-pop, is our idols. And a lot of them have been either quiet, or their companies have been speaking for them. And there's been the select few that have actually gone out and defended themselves, or had them be defended by for them by other people, like former classmates or whatever. A few things that are bothering me right now, though, is that a lot of my personal trust issues when it comes down to the bullying allegations is that the companies ahead of their celebrities, they're speaking for them before they even get a chance to react, I guess. The companies have been doing like this like cookie cutter like response to every single allegation is at this time we are completely upset or whatever, like these allegations are completely false, like the very cookie cutter like this is not true
your
kind
canned
of story.
Response. Yeah.
Exactly. And then
your PR team's going, oh shit, fucking get something out there, man.
Exactly. And in the same breath, they dare to actually, like, threaten people for, like, slander, right? Like, they're, like, our equivalent of slander.
Like defamation and stuff like that.
Exactly, yeah. For, like, false allegations or, like, false rumors or whatever. The thing is that a lot of them seem to be, like, there's still, like, more, like, pouring in, like, more allegations pouring in of, like, new people and people who have already been, like, accused. And a lot of them have been talking about sexual harassment, verbal abuse, and physical violence.
We're getting into it.
It's been... I'm sitting here looking at this huge, like, Venn diagram that I've made, because I'm trying to, like, figure out, like, where everyone's lying in every single thing. Some people have been cleared. Some people I still do trust, like, in terms of, like, how they've personally been handling it. Like, in groups like Idol Sujin and Stray Kids Hyunjin, they have already started, like, tackling the situation.
Wait, sorry, pronunciation, sis. We love that.
I bet, like, I totally butchered those names, so I'm very sorry.
I thought it sounded nice.
It sounded like you knew what you were talking about.
Yeah, she sounded
like,
slick. Sorry, I had to pop in and be like, ooh, yes, sis.
Oh my god,
whitewash it, baby.
It's like I've been in the K-pop community for like 4 years or something. I still don't understand a lick of it. But, like, a couple of those, the names I've already, like, spoken about, they have already, like, taken the time to meet with their accusers and talk to them and address the situations and actually do something about it. And some of the other companies I've found are just kind of trying to brush it underneath the rug, but there's a lot of them. Like,
now,
yeah.
I have a couple of questions and comments.
Sure.
Like, from my understanding, I know it's probably not like this for every group, but K-pop and stuff like that is pretty highly managed. Like, their image and their diet and their social media, it's pretty heavily managed by the management company.
Exactly.
So, you know, I think that's important to say, especially when you're saying, oh, they haven't responded, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Or the company's responded and they haven't. Like, one, maybe it's not in their decision making. Like, they don't have the ability to. But also, like, if you just look at them as regular celebrities, I'm not surprised that they're getting these allegations. Like, I think because K-pop is such a huge phenomenon and the groups are such a huge phenomenon, and even the fact that a lot of the people in K-pop groups, especially like men, are a little bit more non-binary in the way they dress. They can be a little bit more effeminate. I feel like people expect them to be like more forward thinking, more progressive, more you know.
Exactly.
More almost superhuman. Like, they're perfect. They're little robots. Because every time you see them, their makeup's perfect, their hair's perfect, their clothes are perfect, they look perfect. Like, that's how they're managed. And so, like,
you're hitting it straight on.
I'm not surprised that, I mean, I know it sounds bad to be like, they're human, they bully, okay? But, like, what celebrity who has gotten to that tier of fame hasn't turned out to be kind of a piece of shit? Like,
exactly.
Everyone knows, like, I know this is really westernizing it, but James Chares is a piece of shit. Like, Emma Chamberlain had all those, like, gigantic, for those who don't know who Emma Chamberlain is, she's just, like, a YouTuber who used to be a cheerleader. And I know I go, oh my god, I hate cheerleaders. But, like, I don't know, she had all these things about how in high school she was, like, a total bitch to people and she bullied them and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. And so, like, I'm looking at these K-pop stars and I'm going, you know what? Musicians in America are pieces of shit sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna doubt it.
Straight up, like Ed Sheeran. That's a different topic. But, like, exactly. Like, a lot of the K-pop stars who we see today, they've been in the industry for a lot longer than we know. Like, the K-pop industry is a huge iceberg. The top part is, like, this, like, the part above, like, the water. So what you see, like, the stars, the celebrities, like, the dancing, the choreography, the acting, depending on, like, what they're actually doing in the K-pop industry. But underneath it, you'll see a lot of, like, struggle. You'll also see that a lot of the stars started off when they were very young. So, like, I'm talking maybe 12 or 13. There's, like, for example, right now there's actually a K-pop star in a group called ITZY. Her name is Yuna, and I believe she's like 14, and I believe she's 15 or 16 over in Korea. But
that
she's
seems a little young, baby doll.
Exactly.
We're a little young there.
Yeah,
exactly.
Calm down.
And I'm pretty sure she's not the youngest K-pop star that's ever, like, debuted either. But
that's kind of crazy. But, like, there are some child
what is with
stars,
this weekend,
right?
us being like, that's a little bit young.
Yeah.
Child stars are always fucked up, though. Like, name a child star who hasn't gone insane.
Yeah.
I mean, Hilary Duff.
Hilary Duff.
She's a queen amongst men.
Yes. Like, she is chef's kiss. Like, what
Chef's kiss.
Like, what I'm
Let the rain fall down and wash it away.
The thing is that like some of the celebrities have already gone through a couple of allegations, so they've already had like a good head start in trying to like figure out how to deal with things right off the bat. Like Hyuna, like she's been through the ringer multiple times. I'm pretty sure if anyone recognizes that name, it's because she was the girl who was dancing with Psy in the Gangnam Style videos.
Don't bring that up. No, that's a point of history I don't want to relive is fucking Gangnam Style or Gangnam Style. I don't know how you say it. Take it back.
I will not
take it back, world.
Hyuna is a fucking queen. Like,
okay, she's a
quake
queen
in her like presence.
Okay.
So Faith, sorry. Oh. You go well.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask. Like, I know Becca, you were talking about them being, highly managed and things like that. So are they allowed to kind of go out and do their own apology? Like, are they allowed to tackle this on their own, or is their management saying like no, or are they just advising them not to? If you know,
it varies from company to company. Like, there's some people might know about the big three, like SM Entertainment, YG Entertainment, and then JYP Entertainment. All three of them have been going through a lot of shit lately because technically they're kind of outdated now. They've been around for a long time, but there's a lot more than just those three companies, and they've kind of proven to be kind of iffy on their ethics, right?
Oh my god, don't we love
a lot
when
of the
big
companies
business gets shut down?
Oh my god, I know, right?
Wow, can we not just realize that big business 90% of the time is a piece of shit?
Yeah.
Capitalism sucks.
Glad we're all realizing that now.
Now I feel bad for my Reba reviews. We're talking about how K-pop stars are like in the ringer, and I'm like, oh my god, Reba reviews.
That's not saying that
I like
K-pop,
this K-pop song.
Like, that's not saying that like all of K-pop is the exact same way.
No.
There's been like a couple different like outliers here and there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of the times is that these kids essentially have been in K-pop for so long that they've matured into these perfect icons, these perfect idols. Like, that's why they're called idols, because they're supposed to be perfect. But people forget that beyond their training since they were like 12 years old, that they are still people who've had pasts and histories, and they still have their own identities to work out. And that's the case in a lot of these cases, is that some of the celebrities who have managed to bypass all of these issues are now starting to have to actually deal with it. And some of the fans are still trying to reel their heads through it. They're trying to still like figure out like what's going on, because there's just so many allegations. I think right now in front of me, I'm looking at 13.
Oh my lord.
But that's not even all of them. Like, there's so many that are still like coming to light. There's actually been a few actors who are going through a lot right now. An actor for one drama just got replaced because of his sexual harassment allegations.
I mean, we do not stand sexual harassment.
In case that needs
fucking right?
Yeah, in case that's not obvious. Now, I feel like I gotta do just my Reba reviews in the middle of this, and I don't want to take over, but I need to know if I can no longer stand my Reba review this week.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I will be your safety guard.
Okay, we're just not even gonna have like a little musical intro for this week's Reba reviews, because now I'm nervous. Now we're shaking and quaking.
Now you get it.
Now I get it.
Welcome
Okay.
to K-pop, bitch.
All right, guys. I want to be canceled next.
Let's do it.
I'm not a K-pop stan.
Canceled.
I don't listen to
Canceled.
K-pop. Canceled. Cancel me. I listen to podcasts. I'm a loser. I don't listen to a lot of music. I just
Can you imagine listening to a podcast?
I know, right? Who would
I know.
listen to that?
Fucking anyone who listens to podcasts are losers. God, can you imagine spending your time doing
Could you
that?
imagine spending
Oh my
an hour
God.
and 6 minutes listening to a podcast?
Like,
Okay. I'm stealing Will's fame because I'm going to talk about this ultimate banger of a song.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Sure.
Unless they're sexual offenders or bullied.
I'm like,
And then we're going to
nervous.
hate it.
I'm nervous.
Okay, I think it's called... Okay, it's by the band Stray Kids.
Oh yes.
Are they kings? Do we love them or do we hate them?
They are kings, but right now one of their members is going through one of the bullying allegations.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, who hasn't bullied in their lives?
me?
On the good side, he's dealing with his situation. Like, he's actually, like, tackling the issue with his company. So they're actually doing, like, what they need to do to deal with it properly.
Oh.
Okay.
So they're-
Jesus, we love it. Okay,
Yeah.
if anyone wants a fucking banger, all I can imagine is just like going to the club,
Say it.
fucking going
Say it.
for it with this song.
Say
It's okay. I'm gonna whitewash it. It's
care.
Myro by Stray Kids.
Oh!
Have you heard it?
Really? Yes.
Yeah, banger. Okay, I'm kind of
Ooh.
obsessed with them because like I've listened to a couple of their songs. Their YouTube videos are so dynamic. I'm just like,
Ooh.
I just feel like I get it. You know, like I'm in like awe while I'm watching them. I'm
Ooh.
like, wow.
I'm so
Wow,
hyped.
look at that one. Ooh,
Ooh.
look at this fucking group. Stray Kids has so many goddamn people in it. I'm like, do you know how many members it has, Faith? I feel like you know that.
They have 8.
There's like
8.
8. That's a shit ton of people for me to fucking keep track
Oh,
of.
that's nothing. You have not seen NCT. I believe they had like 23 members.
How do you...
Yeah, I could
No.
never. I could never. That's too many. I would be, even these guys, like the 8 of them, I'm like, wait, was this the guy just singing or is this a new guy? They have the same haircut. I'm like, I've only watched this video once. I don't know what's going on.
See,
But
the
they
thing-
they're so cool. They're like doing cool dance moves, and one of them raps, and then one of
Ooh.
them has like long hair, and I'm like, whoa, you're really cool.
You were
So if
killing me right
anyone
now.
wants, if anyone's terrible in white and isn't into K-pop and needs an intro song to K-pop,
Please check out Stray Kids.
goddamn, Reba
Straight
reviews.
up.
She loves it. Sis is into it.
I
I don't
could
listen
give
to
you-
music, and other than the Fortnite song, I've been banging that one with loud on my fucking 75-inch TV. We've been watching that on repeat.
Fuck, I'm gonna make a playlist of beginner K-pop songs.
Oh, you actually
Yeah,
should.
hey, Spotify
Yeah,
it.
you really should.
If anyone's interested in that,
I will get
tweet us.
Spotify just for this
tweet,
situation.
basically tweet Faith at the Empty Podcast and tell her you want an intro to K-pop playlist on Spotify
Oh my
or
god,
on
should
our
I do an
YouTube
episode?
channel. We could do YouTube as
Yeah.
well. Let us know what you'd
Ooh.
prefer. Please tweet us. We're lonely.
Please. I'm
Please.
actually really excited that you brought up Stray Kids. Honestly, that's actually one of my my big groups right now.
Oh
like
my
I'm
god,
shaking.
Faith is like has a crush on me or something because I just
Okay.
talked about one single K-pop band with like the most easy to pronounce name. I'm like, oh, Stray Kids. Oh my god, I'm such a K-pop stan.
Oh my god.
I never got that, but I'm gonna do it and pretend like I'm cool.
Like I'm actually
Okay.
like okay.
I completely forgot, and I know we're running out of time. Will, do you have a song for the week? I feel bad if we just skip over it and I talk about K-pop.
Oh my...
It feels weird not being.
If
the
you
one talking
don't, it's
about
it's if you don't, it's cool.
I have...
We can save it for next
I
week.
have a song, and
Ooh.
I'm still...
Are we sister steaming to tell it, or are we wanting to steep it a little
I
longer?
think I want to let it sit a little longer. I know I've had a bunch
Ooh,
of time
okay.
to think about it, and so
Yeah, we're gonna just leave that as a little teaser for next week.
yeah,
then.
because
Yes.
I've been really struggling with this song actually. It's really
Ooh, I'm excited to hear why. I want like a nice long segment on why you struggled next
I'm
week.
gonna have to take like
I want to hear your fucking pain. Apparently, I want to hear why you're suffering.
yeah, for sure. I'll next.
We
next
love
time
that.
we record. I'll
Becca whipping
I'll have
out the
notes about
media sub.
specifically about my suffering.
Am I a bad podcaster? I don't have any notes. You guys are like, I need to make show notes. I'm like, oh my
This
god.
is the only show note I've ever made for this entire
yeah, I
series
was
so
just
far.
about to say.
Okay,
this
I
is
was
the
gonna
first
say, I feel like
episode.
I just have ADD. I feel like I'm just, my brain's just like, brrr, I'm gonna figure something out.
Haha, brain go.
Pretty much,
yeah. Okay. So I hate to bring it back to James Charles, but we got to end the podcast with a little... We cannot not talk about James Charles after the week we've had.
Oh, yes.
Even the month we had. I was thinking, I'm like, how did we not guess that James Charles was going to get canceled? But I remember a couple episodes ago, I think it was our second or third episode where we guessed who was going to get canceled this year. And we said we didn't want to go for the obviouses. So James Charles is obvious. So I'm giving us the slide. But for those of you who don't know, if you don't know James Charles, you're canceled as well. No, actually, I can appreciate you if you don't know who James Charles is. But regardless, James Charles has had a history of, issues with people saying he's like a bit of a predator. He makes people uncomfortable. He takes advantage of people, that kind of stuff, especially of other men. And recently, here's the tease this week, James Charles is now a child groomer and predator, apparently.
Ooh.
So, I know, those are the claims. And I love when he does a response on, like, Twitter and stuff. And he just, in all caps, grooming and pedophilia. And then, like... And then a giant paragraph about it. I'm like, he's fucking going, child grooming and pedophilia. This is what you want to know about me.
At least he isn't sugarcoating it.
I know. So James Charles had this follower. Apparently, he was a handsome young lad.
A strapping young man.
I have a couple of issues, but regardless. So apparently he was a strapping young man, said he loved James Charles, followed him on like Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat and all that kind of stuff. And they started talking back and forth. And the kid said, he said that James Charles was like trying to coax him out of nudes and sent him dick pics and all this kind of stuff. And like, James Charles was sending him like naked photos and asking for photos back and all that kind of stuff.
Like, the basic like grooming techniques.
And this kid's fucking 16.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So not cool.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, James Charles. Are you kidding me, guy? Like, do not. And then, okay, so James Charles, at first, this is what gets me mad. Okay, whatever. Everyone makes mistakes. Maybe it was genuinely an accident, but also there's a theme going on here, James. Okay, maybe it was genuinely like he fucked up. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
You know me. I'm always trying to give the benefit, but God damn it, James Charles. And then, but then at first he goes, well, I never asked him about his age. I didn't even know he was 16.
Oh,
but then in this post, though, my issue is, in this post, first off, I don't even know if I believe this. His response is, I woke up to several snaps from this person being excited I added him back, saying he loved me, and also lewd photos of himself in the shower. I asked how old he was right away, and he told me he was 18, so I started flirting back. See, like, I don't know if I fucking believe that, Because first it's, I didn't know how old he was when we were sending the photos, and then, backlash.
I
didn't know he was his age. But, like... Do you really just start Snapchatting someone lewd photos?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I can't even imagine. I just met this person who I know nothing about. I'm a huge social media influencer. I just met this person I know nothing about. I'm trusting their word that they're saying they're 18. So now I'm going to send them a photo of my fucking dick. Like, I don't know, man.
Even if that is, even if that is the true sentiment, it's like... Regardless of whether or not, like, they had known at this point that the victim was an underage kid, they knew automatically that they were a fan of James Charles, and James Charles took his power and still abused it.
And all I'm saying, okay, maybe James Charles fucked up, but my God, you can super sleuth. Why don't you just look at his followers? Yeah. Look at his friends. My God, half the time they say, like how old they are in their profile. Like, you could have just done some little sleuthing. You have a bunch of money. Why don't you just get someone to fucking deep dive on people?
If anyone's
look at their Instagram, look at their Facebook page, and see how goddamn old they are.
Like, yeah. I don't... Maybe, like...
You don't think I did that? I was watching a new show on Netflix, Ginny and Georgia, and I thought the guy in that was hella cute. But you know what? I Googled how old he was first before I said to my sister, this motherfucker's hot. I was like, how old is this actor? Oh, he's 22. Oh, he's my age. God damn, this motherfucker's cute. But you check first, god damn it.
And it just seems so irresponsible, right? Like, if you're this...
Yeah.
I don't know. If this ever got big, I'm sorry. None of y'all are getting my nudes. I'm not going to trade nudes with any of our fans.
Not again.
We've already got them, and they're pretty iconic, so you guys need to step off.
Yeah, like, if it gets really big...
That's another
and, like,
story for another time, though.
If we get really big and we want to cancel... You know.
Cancel anyone but Will. You can cancel me. I'll just be really sad and have extra large depression instead of my classic serving of large. I'll just be really sad. I just take everything to heart, so it's fine. But yeah, so I mean, I talked too much during that. What are your guys' thoughts on the James Chares situation?
Oh, well, I mean, like I literally just said, Becca. Like I just said it.
Sorry, I was just listening to my own voice too much.
Sounds like it.
I was actually kind of talking to Faith Will, so I mean, pipe down, sis.
Wow, okay, we got some steam in here. I wonder what Craig's got to say.
I think there's some sexual tension going on, actually.
On this episode of the Empty Podcast, we have Becca and Will hate fucking in the corner.
Going at it.
Oh, my Lord. Exposing us.
We love the same response. Oh, not again.
You know, like my opinion is, like I already said, kind of, like, James Chares, in his statement, and, like, initially, he prefaced it by saying that he knew that the person was a fan, and regardless of knowing that they were a fan and should have known better than to take advantage of a fan, still went for it anyways. Like, we're past the age of groupies and celebrities, like, fucking their fans all the time. Like, we're past that. We're way past that.
That's the thing is, like, we are all the same age as James Chares.
I know.
Are we really?
Yeah.
He might be 1 year older than us, but, like, we're, like, the same age as this kid, you know?
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be, like...
It's hard to be sympathetic, in my opinion.
It's hard to be sympathetic when I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
But maybe when you're in that world, you get caught up in that world.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let us know. Let us know in the comments.
If you guys want, like, a live, kind of like we could experiment almost, right? So get us really famous.
Experimenting. Get us really famous.
And then we'll just kind of see what happens to us in our mental state and kind of see if we get
I'll just send a picture of my penis to everyone. Sorry, what?
Becca's got the biggest one out of all of us.
What? If that was true,
Will would be quaking.
I would be... Will's like, shut the fuck up, you guys. Don't talk about me. Okay. Well, regardless, the James Chares situation is as fucking terrible as always. We all know that he's going to be canceled about 10 more times this year. I mean, we have to expect it. He's one of the most iconic in both, mostly bad ways, but also probably some good ways to some people. Maybe just not me.
Same.
And we got to give him props for always staying relevant, even if it's for terrible reasons.
Yeah, at least it's not like Shane Dawson where he said he fucked his cat and then immediately backtracked.
Yeah.
I mean, pedophilia they have in common.
Oh my god.
I mean, sorry. Sorry.
It's true.
All right, guys. Well, thank you everyone for listening. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube, or continue to follow and watch our podcast on YouTube, or listen to it on Spotify, TapTapes, and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. We are happy to have you here. Leave a thumbs up and a comment, or if you're on the podcasting apps, a rating. We love ratings.
We really love ratings.
Let us know your thoughts.
Thank you for joining us.
We love ratings, especially on our wiki feed.
Please.
Oh, tweet us, because we need followers if we're going to get a proper wiki feed page.
You know, I want someone to
tweet
draw my feed.
At
they don't
the
know
Empty
who I am, but I still
Podcast.
want them to draw my feed.
I want you to know what my feet look like before you know what my face looks like. So first, to get me famous, and then follow me on TikTok at the Empty Podcast. All right, everyone. I hope everyone's living still. I know, surviving. We're on episode 5.
5, guys.
So like we're halfway to 10, sisters.
How
Oh my
that?
god.
That's exciting. And stay tuned for next week on Will's going deep diving on a song. If you need something in the background of your life when you're crying, we have it for you next week.
Oh.
Stay empty.
Stay empty.
I'm Rebecca Marlene.
I will.
Or Beef
Why
with
did you
Bex.
talk?
I don't say that enough.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
You left the
Okay,
natural
it's all about-
Why are
breed.
y'all not why are mommy
did,
and daddy fighting?
Okay, I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm sorry.
Anyways, that was Becca.
I you know me, it's Will.
How dare you? How dare you get mad at me and then always go, you know
I
who
said
it is.
I fucking said my name, bitch.
And I'm Faith.
We love you guys.
Thanks for joining us.
All together. Ready?
Stay empty.
Stay empty.
What if we all just say it one at a time and then you overlap them?
That's fake. We're not fake friends.